Hey guys, Nate Bailey here, and I thought I'd talk to you a little bit today about the three things that I think are pivotal to Cascade elk hunting.
Hands to the seat sheet, boys. We step and we cast, time's on a wing. Would you take part of harvest joys? The seed must be sown in the spring.
Hey guys, for the sake of public lands and trying to get more people out here to use them, more people to hunt on them, I'm going to give you 3 tips that I use that have brought me a lot of success out here in the wilderness. And I'm gonna, and for Cascade elk. Cascade elk live in cool places, and I thought I'd share with you three things that have helped my elk hunting.
Fall gently and still, lie warm on the ground. Let roots take hold. Stand there and why when the day of harvest comes round. Now steady and sure we pass.
Hey guys, Nate Bailey here with Bowhunting. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Cascade elk hunting. If you didn't draw your Eastern Oregon tag and you're looking for a place to elk hunt, you ought to really look at the beautiful Cascades. There are a lot of elk up here. You just got to know how to hunt them. I hear guys all the time complaining about the elk being sporadic and mixed and all over the place, and they don't like hunting the Cascades because of that reason. But I found out we've been pretty successful over the last few years, and I have a kind of a 3-step approach on how to find the elk up here. And each time that I've used this setup and I've done this, I've found places where there's elk and I've got into elk. So I'm going to let you in on a couple of tricks. And the reason I'm going to let you in on this is because this is all our land. This is all public land. And this is all the wilderness area. And to hunt elk in the wilderness area, it's pretty magical. And I also think that if, boy, look at all these mosquitoes. And I also think that if you're willing to hunt elk in the wilderness area and get out here in this public land, that you're going to actually probably try to protect it. So I'm a big proponent of public land. I'm a big proponent of using the public land. So that's why I'm trying to get more people to actually come out into this area and hunt these Cascade elk. So the first thing that I'd like to stress is hunt on X and start looking, through their satellite imagery and look for the green spots. These green spots are magnets for the elk, okay? And what you're looking for is you're looking for green spots. Preferably you're looking for a green spot that has a bowl. If you have a bowl with a green spot in the middle, you're probably more than likely going to have elk just by going in there. You probably don't even need to scout from there. If it has a ridge on each side, that's really good too. But look for the green spots. There's a lot up here. Not every green spot holds elk. So the next thing you have to do, so that's first thing, is look for the green spots, look for the ridges, look for bowls. And then once you find those, the next thing you got to do is you got to come up here and you got to check this out. Because sometimes you'll find these areas, so get a few areas of these bowls and these green spots with the ridges. Get a few of those down and then come up here and then check them out and look for, of course you're looking for the sign right now, because if they're here now, they'll be here beginning elk season. So you're looking for that kind of sign, but also, and more importantly, because some of these areas they'll move out during the rut, you're looking for rutting sign. And what I mean by rutting sign is those old trees from last year that the elk have been hitting, and look for the wallows that you know an animal's tore up. And I like to look along all these little creeks. You can hear Gunner's over there playing in a creek right now. He's actually making a wallow. So if in those spots, you can look at those spots, and the elk they'll show you where they're at. Once you've done that, once you've come in and you found those places, unless you have like 50 game cameras, you know, that you can put up on each one, the thing I like to do next is I will keep all of my game camera in the green spot. Okay, I won't put it on the ridges. I realize that the elk are up on the ridges during the day, but I won't put it on the ridges, because all the elk that are on all the ridges or in a bull, all the different groups will come down to the green spot at night. And I have a bunch of footage of this. I'll include it in this video, but of a bunch of different bulls coming down and using the so if you concentrate them into one spot, put some minerals down. You see a big mineral lick back here. If you put those minerals down, it'll concentrate them. You can get them on your camera. Okay. Once you get them on your cameras, you can see. I've had a group of elk in here that had 3 different herd bulls in it, and so then I was trying to figure out where the herd bulls are going from there, because they didn't stay together. They come down here at the beginning of the rut. It seems like they get their pecking order figured out, and then the herd bulls will take off with certain cows, and they'll take off and hit certain ridges, and they stay on the ridges and come down here at night, and they try to stay away from each other's cows, and then it's almost like they've got a written or a non-written agreement. So so once you've done that, once you've figured out that there are several herd bulls in an area, then you start putting your cameras up on the ridges, and you'll see which ones are there, and that's how I pick my number 1 spot or my 2nd spot, or you know, my plan B, plan A. That's how I pick all those, is depending on which bull I think I want to go after, or if there's satellites in that herd. I don't go after the herd bull, the biggest herd bull. I mean, I will, you know, I'll try to get him, but my biggest thing is if there's a lot of satellites, if there's a lot of 3 points and 4 points and a couple of spikes and stuff in the group, that's the group I'll go after. Where there's the more bulls, I'll go after that, because you know, I don't care about the horns. I really want a bull, so I want the meat. So those 3 things, that's what you want to do. You want to find the spots on Hunt on X, mark them, put them on your GPS, come in here, put your feet down. If there is no sign at all, and there was no sign, you know, from last year's rut, I wouldn't even mess with putting a camera in. If you come in and the grass is all laid out and it looks like the sign is getting old and dried up, I wouldn't even put a camera in. If you come in and you find it like this, and there's a little bit of sign, and it looks like there was a lot of rutting activity in the past, put your cameras there. Just because they're not there yet doesn't mean that they're not going to come there for the rut. If there's rutting sign from the past, put your cameras in. They will probably, this particular spot here, we've had cameras up, and then they show up like 15th of August and then stay here for the rut. So, and then it's funny, this spot also, we've had them, they're kind of like turkeys in here. They come in one huge group, so they have 5 or 6 bulls in that same group, and then they'll split off from there. And this is kind of the splitting off point. So put your cameras in the bottoms. All right, I hope that helped you a little bit. I want you to get out here, man. Come on, look at this. I'm miles away from people. Miles away from people. I'm up here by myself. I'm surrounded by elk, cougars, bears, deer, and Gunner. Come up here and experience for yourself, man. You will not. This is perfect. Well, I hope those tips help you. Hope you go Hunt on X, find those green spots, get your feet on the ground, go check them out, look at cool spots like this, and then put your cameras up, and then get your plan A, B, and C together and stick to your plan. And I think you will find that it works out very well for you. That's it. I hope you like what you see. Go over to Bear Bow Hunters Podcast, subscribe on iTunes and Stitcher. Did I mention how bad the stinking mosquitoes are?
when the day of harvest comes round.